It's Dami here again. I'm going to walk you through some advanced tools that you can use on Online Jobs PH to better qualify various virtual assistants. So let's jump into it. All right. Okay, so go to the message page. So if you want to get to that, you just click this button. And then let's again just type up an example. So let's say I wanted to look for an SEO specialist. I type that in. You can look on the left-hand side to filter out different things for the virtual assistants. Here can be the full-time, part-time, gig, any. So the employment type for the virtual assistant, their availability in hours, the salary. So do you want to pay them potentially up from $2 per hour to $100 per hour? Typically, a lot of you guys will pay them on average anywhere between $5 to $7 per hour. That can be a proxy. Proof of ID score. Basically, for everyone, there'll be people watching this all around the world, but when you are going to apply for a rental to stay in, let's just say you wanted to move properties and you had to apply to a rental, there's usually, I think, between 80 to 100 points of ID. So one piece of ID can be your driver's license, another piece can be your passport, another piece can be like a bill that relates to like household gas, energy, water, etc. And then another thing can be like, um, again, something that can prove, your location or your age or your date of birth, a passport, etc. Right? Or birth certificate. So 100 points of ID, or in the Philippines, you can basically vet based on ID, because occasionally this doesn't always happen, but I have had two situations where we've hired someone and, we hired them quite quickly. I was a bit younger back then, from Online Jobs PH, and they ended up not being from the Philippines at all, but they like weaseled their way into the platform. It was very clever, but that person was still very skilled, but one of the two actually did end up running away with like a couple $1,000s from us. So that was a good lesson. So if you are going to do ID proof score, you don't have to, but it's good to have, and maybe you can do something like greater than 50 as an example. Last active, a week or less, a month or less, 3 months or less, 6 months or less, up to a year. I would do at least a month or less. um, that way they're still relatively active, but still might be looking for work. But 3 months or less is also fine. I've had some really good hires with 3 months or less. Um, I am not sure, because we have a hiring process at the moment, but hiring team at the moment. But it's not to my knowledge that we've hired someone that has not been last active at least in the last 3 months or less. Maybe we've done 6 months. Um, and we've probably done a week or less, but usually it's between this one or this one. So I'm going to leave it as any for the sake of this example. IQ score. So basically, the average IQ internationally is around 100 IQ points. So, you can get someone between the range of, 90 to 110. And as long as they're really hardworking and they have results that can back it up, that's fine. For really technical tasks, I will usually aim for people that have IQs 110 plus, even 120 plus. The reason why and this depends obviously, I won't always go for 130 plus is because, one, they will usually have a lot of experience, which is a good thing, but that also means they get a lot of work. So if they get a lot of work, who are you to them? You're just another client to them that they will try probably and give a 7 out of 10 effort for. But if they've got, again, there's always room for, movement. This isn't static, what I'm telling you, but if someone has, a 110 IQ or 120 IQ plus, they're all exceptionally intelligent enough to maybe be very busy, but perhaps they don't have 10, 15 years of experience and are in their late 30s, early 40s. Maybe there's someone in their late 20s or early 30s or early 20s that are on the come up and already have enough proof of concept and some results, but they're also going to still have that work ethic to prove to you that they can be in something long term. So I think most of my team would be within the range of 110 to about 124 IQ. Most of my team. But Also, as we grow, we're probably going to have the budget to buy out people that are at, the extremely high sector. But again, this is a proxy. So I'm going to leave it as, for the sake of this example, high average, right? So I'm looking for an SEO specialist, English score, C2 advanced mastery, C1 advanced, B2 upper intermediate, B1 intermediate, A2 elementary, A1 beginner. So I would, again, it depends on the role. If it's SEO, if we're looking for someone that's going to do SEO on the back end, or even Facebook ads on the back end, or Google ads on the back end, or be the one that sends out the emails. Actually, not the emails. I'll touch why in a second. But if they're going to do like a technical or programmatic marketing skill, something that involves them not really facing the client, I actually don't really care what their English is like. As long as their English is decent enough for me to converse with them on a weekly or bi-weekly basis or monthly basis, it doesn't really matter. However, if I'm getting someone to write emails for my company, whether it is my agency, my consultancy, whether it's my production companies, whether it's my events, whether it's other things, right? It's for something that is going to go out to people in Australia, the US, the UK, New Zealand, Asia Pacific, internationally, then yes, I'm probably looking for someone that is an advanced or advanced mastery. But since this example, I'm looking for someone that's doing an SEO specialist role, I don't care. So I'm going to hit refine search results. Boom. And now here, I've got a bit of a background on them. So you've got Ralph here, SEO specialist, $7 per hour. He's looking for full-time work. Boom. He's got a Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering. He was active today. Then you got Crystal here, $5 per hour. Romalyn here, $5 per hour, high school diploma. You get the point, right? So this is something that I would do if I was trying to, further vet or filter out my results instead of just doing a posted job. So when you post a job, it's going out to, pretty much everyone. And we already talked about that in the first 1 to 2 videos. But if I wanted to, get something really specific and I wanted to add filters, then too easy. I can even pin the person. So SEO example, video example. Trying to confuse myself because we've already put out SEO ads before. SEO video example, option, boom, pin. So pin now allows me to view pin workers. So if I go to view pin workers, boom, right, 80 ID proof. I can contact him via email if I want. Voila, right? So this is how you guys can do as well. So have your name, your email, then you can have the subject, so SEO specialist. This is going to save you time. So what you can do is you can actually write up a template. So I'll show you what a template looks like. Example template. Hi there. I came across your account and I'm impressed. I am looking for an SEO specialist to onboard into our agency within the next 7 days. Kindly respond with your. So I usually will ask for a Calendly link. That way I can select the time on their calendar to have a chat with them. So we can discuss further. Regards. Nothing too crazy. Then you can save that as a template. Boom. And I'm not going to hit send because then it'll actually send to him. But boom, once you've saved it, it will look like one of these. So we've already got templates for SEO. So if I click this, in fact, I'll leave this and then I'll do it again. So if I click this template, it's hiding from me. There we go. If we click this template, it actually autofills for me. SEO specialist, hi there, I'm the owner of a quickly growing marketing agency. Don't board 300 clients by end of 2024. Please only apply if you have experience to show your work. If you have experience with SEO campaigns in the healthcare and the air niche, it would be more advantageous, etc. Right? So boom, then I send the message and that's done. So again, these are some of the extra tips and tricks that you can use when looking for a good fit or a niche fit, depending on how you pronounce niche, on onlinejobs.ph. So, at the level that our agency is at, we find great value in doing this. But for a lot of you can get away with just posting a job and siphoning through people. But, once you've kind of gotten a great pattern, you can start to do this kind of thing as well.
Guys, I hope you've enjoyed that video. If you liked it and you got something from it, or even if you didn't, please like, share, subscribe, and drop a comment. It really helps the algorithm favor this channel. And the more you support us, the more we can give you guys more extreme levels of value throughout 2025 and beyond. Looking forward to the next episode and being able to serve you guys. And as always, think mega. Take care.